morning dear friends, I am Professor Harsha Gangavane, Faculty of GS College of Commerce Varda from BCCA department, and as you know I am going to teach you the subject name is DBMS, that is nothing but the database management system. In my previous lecture I just told about the ER diagram example and the designing step of database. So this is the concept of your RTMN syllabus second unit. So the second unit is divided into two parts. First is data model and second one is a designing concept or database design. So basically the database designing having four steps, that is nothing but the requirement analysis, and second one is design the conceptual data model, third one is design the or map our conceptual data model into internal data model, and next one is nothing but the physical data model. So basically designing our database concept or our database into those particular four steps. So from that today I cover the topic that is nothing but the requirement analysis and design of conceptual data model. So this is the very first step for designing our database, that is nothing but the requirement analysis. So what is the requirement analysis? Basically when we want to design some databases or when we want to design some back end for the organization or information system or the system, so we have to collect the data or collect the requirement of that particular database. So after collecting the data or which is called as requirement gathering. So after collecting those data, as per the nature of our report, we have to analyze that particular requirement. Basically from the interviews or from the primary data collection, from the secondary data collection, we can create or we can just gather the information. The basic step of that particular thing, it is nothing but the gathering the information. So those information we can gather by taking the interview of that particular person which who are actually work for that organization, and the requirement of those person what they needed from our software. So basically that particular report what they want, according to that or that particular periodically we can say, or we can say the as per the requirement of their organization or their situation. So basically we have to gather those particular information by taking the interviews of that particular person of the organization, and then we gathered those information and analyze that particular information with our need or that and the satisfaction of their need. So basically the requirement analysis are nothing but the pick out the information or pick out those things which is required by the people or which is required by the organization database. So this is the first step, that is requirement analysis. So according to that we have to decide the name of the report, like the name of the report, list of data item and the association between different data items and reports. So if I consider the organization or production system, or we can say the particular industry which makes some goods report or which makes some products. So basically when we imagine or when we consider the particular production company or production system organization, so they have some their department, their own department, like sales department, managing department, production department, then stock department. So according to that particular department they require the reports. So basically that particular report we have to decide the list of data items. Data items means what? That is nothing but the attribute and the storing value. So according to that we have to decide the field's name and the association between that particular relation means tables. So we if I consider the stock department, and so the stock department having the information or store the information about the stock which is available in their department, which type of the material is available, how the quantity of that particular material, then price of that particular material they have to store. So basically the what data should be transferred from their department to the another department, they have to store those particular things in their database so that they can make the report. So basically the particular information which can be transferred from one department to another in the form of the report. So we have to store that particular information in our department, or so we can make the report. So that is nothing but the requirement of that particular report, so that we have to store our data. So after deciding or after taking the information, or we can say the analyze those particular requirement, we just decide the name of data item. Name of data item, that is nothing but the name of that particular field. Like we like the example, if I want to store the information about the student, then I just create the field student name. So this is nothing but the data item. So this is the field name in which I can store the information about the student name. Okay, so name of that particular data item. After that I have to decide the data type or type of the data item. Like I just want to store the data of that particular student, that is the name of that particular student, then I have to create that particular field in the type of string. If I create the numeric or the data type of that particular field is numeric, then I can't store the name of that particular student. So I have to decide the data item as per the storing value in that particular data item. I have to decide the type of that particular data item. So here if I want to store the roll number of the student, then I have to create that particular type of that particular data item as integer. Okay, so according to that I have decide the data item type. Okay, so it is nothing but the data type. Then width of that particular data item, like in some situation the name of that particular student having the long more and more character, or we can say the number of character. So we can restrict that particular user to enter such character, like 5 character or 8 character only, or we can say the if I decide the numeric form, or if I decide the numeric data type, then I restrict that particular user to enter such amount, or we can say the restriction of elements. So width of that data item should be stored that particular data only. Okay, so that we can maintain the volume of the data, or so that we can maintain the size of that particular data amount for further proceeding. So we can use the third, like I decide, or we can decide the width of that particular data item. Then update authority for the data item. That means we can create the authority for updation. So we just having the information which is updated by someone and then again updated by another one. So there is conflict for the updation. So we can change the authority, or we can provide the authority for only one person who can update our particular information. So basically we can give the authority to change that particular or updation that particular value of that particular data item. So here we can give this particular authority. That means the user can also update their information, or only the admin can change or update the information. So we have to decide this also at that level. So next one is allowable. The range of the data item is numeric. Like I already told you about that. If it is a mobile number, if I want to store the mobile number of the student, then I have to provide the numeric justification or allowable range. So in that particular range only the student can be stored. So the mobile number, it is not a valid example for that. We can say the age. If I want to store the age of that particular student, it should be in 18 to 21, in between the 18 to 21. So it is nothing but the range of that particular data item, but it having the numeric type. If it is numeric type, then and then only I will provide the range. Okay. Then source of the data item. That means user have to enter that particular data item or value of that particular data item directly, or we can derive to that particular data item from another field. So the source of that particular data item I have to decide here. Okay. So those are nothing but the requirement analysis. First is information gathering. So information we can gather by taking the interviews and all. After that we have to decide the requirements and analyze those particular information which we gathered earlier, and then we decide those things. That this is nothing but the first step of database design. Okay. After creation, those first step, or after deciding this first step, this is nothing but the example. You can add or remove the things according the need of that particular organization, or we can say the information system. So basically those are nothing but the example of requirement analysis. We analyze some part for the designing of database. So this is the first step, and second step, it is nothing but the design the conceptual data model. Okay. So after requirement analysis, after creating or moving the first step, requirement analysis, we just create the conceptual data model, and this is the second step of database designing. What we have to do in conceptual data model? The steps for designing the conceptual data model. Conceptual data model. The first step, that is nothing but input the requirement specification. That means in conceptual data model, we have to create the overview of our entity. So when we go through from first step, like requirement analysis, according to subsystem we have to create the tables, that means the entity and its attribute with its data type and validations. So basically after that we have to map those particular subsystem entities. How many entities are required for one subsystem? So after getting those information, we specify that particular requirement, which requirement or which data is actually needed by that particular department or not, and who are entering those data. We can enter directly by the user, or we can derive to that particular data from other field. So input that particular requirement specification. This is the first step of conceptual data model. Then next one is apply normalization. Normalization, it is nothing but dividing our data to remove the dependency, that is functional dependency, data dependency and all. Those particular dependency we remove from our entity, and that is nothing but the normalization. So first level normalization, to second, third, fourth, there are the types or levels of the normalization. We have to apply that particular entity which we designed earlier, so that we remove the dependency of the entity. Next one is perform view integration. View integration, that is nothing but the first classification view, like user view or external view. So we have to create the view information of all entity of the subsystem of that particular organization, so that we can construct the conceptual data model. And last one is design the logical access map for each user view. So we have to create the logical access map. Logical access map, that is nothing but the flow chart of accessible data from the entity. So we can design, or we can create, or we can follow the flow of that particular transaction from one entity to the another entity for creating the report. So that we have to make the logical access map of that particular data, or we can say the entity, so that the each and every user can get the appropriate data from the report, so that we can create the design the conceptual data model by following this step. Okay, and those are nothing but the 2 steps for designing the database. This is okay for today. I will explain the next step, that is mapping the internal data model and the physical data model for the designing database in my next lecture. So keep watching. Thank you.